Hi, my name is Dharm Sidhu. I'm a naturopathic doctor at Cushna Clinic in Vancouver. And
I'm Grace Kim. I am a registered massage therapist, also at Cushna.
it's a in our clinic, we, through our own discovery, through our own work, we had discovered that suppressed emotion has a big role to play in health issues. So we have been doing all kind of explorations and we'll be doing other videos to talk more about it. But one of the things I've discovered, Grace, that you like to speak about is we got to be real with ourselves. You're pretty passionate about this topic. So I wanted to ask more about what does this mean for you? Because I personally don't like being real. I don't like emotions. I'm working through all my blocks and why I don't like emotions. And I have a different angle at it. But you're so passionate about it that it's nice to borrow your passion. So, Grace, why do you speak about you got to be real with yourselves? Why are you so excited about it?
Something important to understand is I'm coming from a perspective of not having been real with myself for many,
Right.
many, many, many years. And it's still a work in progress. It's not perfect.
Yeah.
But I just found myself like spinning in circles.
Right.
Um, because I was in denial of certain things, or I didn't want to see certain things. I was scared to see certain things. I judged certain things.
Oh, yeah.
And I just, as I've done my own sort of emotional exploration with the help of teachers over the last many years, um, I've I sort of get to a point where it's like, okay, I've done pieces of the work,
Mhm.
but um, it's not a complete picture quite yet because I have been scared to see parts of myself, good and bad.
Right. So being real with yourself is about you seeing what's really there in
Yes.
yourself. What
Yeah.
what are those things that you see in yourself? Like what are those consist of? Are they belief system? Are they thoughts? Are they attitudes? What is it?
I think it's all of it. Just
Okay.
how I interact with the world, how I navigate the world, how I react to the world. All of those things um, sort of come together to convey who I am to the world, and
Right.
that that uh, what I'm portraying isn't necessarily who I actually am.
Right. Though you
Um,
believe to yourself
yes.
that,
Hmm.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So what you're portraying that you believe you are is not who you really are under it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Confirms why I don't like it. I do it, but I
Yeah.
don't like it.
Yeah.
Uh, which in its own way, one of the way to approach the work is to be real with the fears and let them move through you. And then
Mhm.
eventually you no longer have that block.
For sure.
So, for example, if I'm seeing some things in the news and I'm feeling feelings of like, um, stop committing violence. It's not the way. What are you guys doing? Cut it out. Is that, how would you break it down for me when I said that? In what way could I be being real? Am I even being real with myself?
Well, anytime you're demanding somebody else change their behavior,
Right.
typically that's a clue for me that a fear has been triggered that I don't want to see.
Right.
Um, so, yeah, there is a lot of violence in the world right now. And if I think on it, it's like, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
What's to prevent violence from coming to me,
To
coming
me.
to Vancouver, coming to, Um, so there's definitely a lot of fears that get triggered, but a lot of people are very uncomfortable with fears. They don't want to
Yes.
admit that they even have them.
Yes.
And then the only response really there is anger. And so
And in my
you,
belief that, well, I believe violence is not the way, but I don't
mhm,
know what I actually feel inside of myself. Maybe there are some emotions in me that is in agreement, but I don't
mhm,
even know it's there and I can't even then get rid of it.
mhm.
So that
And
could be,
yeah. And I think also the tough part is people have a tough time discerning between Because you could have a pure feeling of, I believe violence is not the way,
Hmm.
but it's covered over, I feel like, a lot of the times with this anger, this righteous anger.
Yeah,
And there's a very big difference between those two places where, I believe violence is not the way
yeah.
versus I believe that violence is not the way.
And
Um,
for me right now, in being honest with myself, I can feel that I'm snappy about it. There is a
right,
demand in me. So I'm not even going to try to pretend to be like, but that's not the attitude to have. And I should really believe it. I'm not even going to bother because then I'm creating a different layer, different facade. So I'm just
exactly.
being accepting that for now, I didn't even recognize my fear was triggered. And I feel fear every day.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
even then, I'm going, oh, yeah, fear got triggered. Didn't see that, did I? So that's an example that I'm not being real with myself in that situation.
absolutely. Yeah, and
Oh,
just being able to be okay. I'm not okay with violence. I'm angry about it, and that's just where I am right now. And
yeah,
that's fine.
yeah.
That's again, that's at least being honest about where you're coming from.
And now I'm being real about it. I'm being real with
Exactly.
myself.
Yeah.
So what does that help me by being real with myself right now, going, oh, I'm terrified. I'm terrified of violence. I'm terrified of my own safety. That's what's going on. How does that help me that I get to that?
Because then you can start doing something about it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay, I can,
Unless you get to that point, you're circling above the issue and
right.
you're not even looking at the issue.
Okay, that's a really good clue. So if someone
Hmm.
is saying, why am I going around in circles? I have all these feelings, I have all these positions, I'm taking all these actions, but I'm still in the same circle. I'm still, nothing's really changed much. Then what you're suggesting is that that's a clue to say, I'm not real with the issue yet,
Hmm.
with the emotion really driving.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, there's layers. There's layers that you have to work through.
Yeah.
So maybe you're just in a layer above the issue or a
Okay.
couple layers above the issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, you haven't hit the core of the issue yet.
Well, right now I can feel the dread growing in me since you named the fear, and I'm somewhat comfortable with fear. I
Mm.
can feel this dread spreading down low into my belly, and my breathing is getting just a little tight. Like, oh yeah, okay, I'm terrified. I'm getting a little cold. It's like, okay, stay with it. I have a lot of experience. Just stay with it. Probably start getting. I can feel. I want to start dissociating. I can feel like I just want to get out and get in my head and leave. So that's
Hmm.
my recognition that my fear is triggered and my response as a child has been, get out of here.
Sure.
So I'm staying with it, I'm being real with it for
Mhm.
now to see what
Mhm.
happens. And for me, the benefit is if I can stay real, I'll stay present. I'll
Mhm.
stay engaged in this conversation. I'll
Mhm.
stay present with my relationships because I'm not present with my close relationship. Even with my own children, I've not been present and I had not known why I've been so numb. So this is right here, a
Mhm.
tremendous benefit for people.
Mhm.
If they feel detached and disconnected, it's like you're not being real with yourself yet.
And yeah, and something that I want to point out also about being detached and disconnected, people see it as a very passive act.
Right.
It's not. It takes
Yeah.
energy to be passive, it takes energy to disconnect. You are denying what is actually going on in your soul, the feelings that are happening in your soul. So that takes an enormous amount of energy to stop what is naturally what our soul has been designed to do. Um,
I not
and
consider that. I do
mhm,
see it as passive,
mhm,
but that's a good point. There's a lot of energy
mhm. It
used to
takes
stay
energy to be passive, which is interesting. Um, but yeah,
which kind of
that would
so
also drain physically your energy. That could lead into sickness and disease and these kinds of things.
so
Um,
that's another clue. So for people who
mhm,
have like, why am I exhausted all the time? It's a good question to ask, like how much energy is invested in suppressing
right,
emotions.
right.
So that's another health issue. So
Mhm.
by being real with yourself, all this energy gets released.
Yes.
There's more movement, there's more freedom.
Mhm.
Okay. And why are we so stuck in this? Like, why? What now that you're becoming more real with yourself, you probably see it everywhere all the time. It probably just confounds you. Like, what are you doing?
Mm.
Why are we so invested in not being real?
I think for me, I had to start confronting a lot of fears around how I would be treated if I was real, just because of how I was treated when I was real as a child. Um, it's not as simple as just facing one fear. It was definitely compounded, and there's so many. I mean, maybe I'm making excuses for myself, but there's so many layers to it. The idea of parents, and the idea of family, and the idea of my role in society, like all these things had to get challenged in order to become real with myself. So really, for me, it's been an exercise in being comfortable with feeling alone.
Right. So we learn to not be real, what's going on, so that we can belong
Absolutely. I
in
think
whatever
so.
the societal norms are. And I
Hmm.
want to go back to what you said earlier about when I was real as a child, how
Hmm.
I got treated. I want to point out that how you were treated by your environment was not appropriate. Like you did nothing wrong in your being real. You were probably in an emotion,
Hmm.
and a child is just having an emotion. And when the environment treated harshly, that was inappropriate.
Hmm.
So that would create a lot of fear.
Sure.
Yeah. So parents and environment actively suppress the child's emotions. So now they're no longer being real.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, really, again, it's just lots of fears are going to
Okay.
have to be confronted in this process. And I think probably that's probably an emotion that people are most
Yeah.
reluctant to feel. I don't know. I don't know if you would
Yes.
agree, but I feel like we make all sorts of justifications as to why we shouldn't have to feel fear or why we
Yeah.
don't have to.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, there's heavy, heavy even denial of
That we
even
have
having
emotion.
fear.
Yeah.
Um, so there's a huge, huge, yeah, reluctance to feel fear. And I think that prevents a lot of things.
Well, I have to, like I'm demonstrating here, I have to experience fear right now just so I can stay present.
Mm,
Like it's such a norm for me to do this for hours every day, to feel fear, to shake, to feel the dread, or else I'm checked out. And a lot of health benefits have come from releasing fear. And then you're seeing a lot of benefits from being real
mhm,
with yourself.
mhm.
So if you were in an environment, well, actually, you are in that environment now, where you're being suggested, bribed, threatened, manipulated into not being real with yourself, why would you never stop? What's keeping you in it?
Because for me, being real is freedom.
Wow. Okay.
It's freedom to make my own choices.
Yeah.
It's freedom from manipulation.
Yes.
It's freedom from judgment. It's freedom
From your own judgment?
from
Self.
my own judgment, from other people's judgment.
Okay. Well, I
Um,
mean, we do get more judgment when we're being real because we're confronting
yes,
and
good,
interpreting.
good. Yes, that's very true. I think I just meant more, yeah, it doesn't bother me. Like obviously the judgment
Yeah,
is always it's gonna happen,
it's gonna happen
but
more.
yeah, it does.
So
But
why are you willing to do it despite all that is basically,
yeah,
yeah.
it's the freedom. It's there's a real I keep using the word freedom in not feeling like I have to play along with others. I can truly um, be myself. And I think most of my life I've been very manipulated. I've allowed myself to be manipulated
You were a child,
by,
so
yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
keep that
Well,
in.
and as an adult too, I've made certain decisions in my life based on not wanting to feel certain things. And I just see the consequence of it, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
No.
And because I have it's interesting, I just clued into it now, but because I have faced sort of my fears of being alone, not in its entirety, because there's still more there, but because I am more comfortable with the idea of being by myself, and even if I have to do this, I end up alone. Um, where was I going with that?
There's something
Because
about, I feel like the way you're describing it, there's something of self-empowerment you're feeling
mhm,
through the process
mhm,
that gives you maybe a sense of self,
mhm,
confidence, something.
yeah, and because I am not manipulated by my fear of being alone, I feel like my relationships with other people can now truly be a gift. Like
Yeah,
I spend time with the people I want to spend time with because I want to,
yeah,
not out of some obligation or some out of some guilt or those kinds of things.
yeah,
So I feel like the grace that people are getting,
yeah,
whether they recognize it or not,
yeah,
is it's me. It's a
yeah,
gift, and
yeah,
I want to be there. I'm there because I want to be there, and for
yeah.
no other reason than that. Again, this is a work in progress. But
The whole journey is a slow slog.
mhm,
And the faster you try to go through it, the slower you get because it's a slog.
for
That's
sure.
a code for the week. And I have seen you, I witnessed you processing aloneness and loneliness in a very, very intense way. And I can see the freedom you're now giving yourself because you've released a lot of the emotion or that you're willing to feel it. You're willing to stay
Mhm,
in it. It can't be used against you.
mhm,
And the change I'm really enjoying is you feel more spontaneous. You feel
mhm,
more ease in your skin. And
mhm.
the things you say is so funny. It's just this, the spontaneity is a gift, is lovely to experience.
Thank you. Yeah, thank
And
you.
of course, your health issues are
Mhm.
so much. We're not saying you don't get health issues because
No,
health issues help us know what's the next thing is that we need to be real about.
yes,
I think it's great.
yes.
Um, but then you heal so quickly now
Mhm,
once you
mhm,
go through it.
mhm.
Okay, well, this is spinning off so many more conversations we could have, and we'll keep having them. And I hope you enjoyed listening to our conversation, and thank you for watching.